Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Music and Beyond podcast. Today, I have the queen of the vending machine, LysXO.
Hey, how's it going?
I wanted to make sure to add the queen of the vending machine because of one of your songs.
The candy girl from the vending machine.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
candy girl from the vending machine.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the queen of the vending machine better. I think I should roll with that actually.
I mean, you can.
Sponsored by the Music and Beyond podcast, but
Oh, I thought we were gonna get
credit where it's
sponsored by
due.
Fago.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I know I always joke like there's a lot of like a lot of products that I bring up in that song. Like I talk about like pop rocks and cherry coke, and I'm like, oh man, I really hope I don't like come into some trouble like mentioning these all of these products in this song someday. But
Yeah, and
uh,
I was
so
gonna
far so
ask.
good.
I was gonna ask like your music is just so like sweet and stuff because of all the sweets that you
Yeah.
talk about and stuff. So what are your favorite candies or
Oh,
sweet
crazy.
treats?
I love that question. I love this question. Okay. Um, yeah. So, okay. My favorite candy of all time is actually Butterfingers. Like, I have no self-control when it comes to Butterfingers.
Oh,
Um, but I'm also like, I also like am a really big fan of like Nerds, Pop Rocks. I mean, that's like an OG, like a throwback candy, right? So
yeah, even
love that one.
Butterfingers.
Yeah, Butterfingers too. Yeah, I love it. Love Butterfingers. And also Reese's. Anything like peanut butter and chocolate, I'm a big fan of.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
What about you? What's your favorite?
honestly, I'm old school. I don't even know if they sell them. Like they're, I think they were A&W root beer barrels.
Oh yeah, those are so good.
They were my
Oh,
favorite, and then they kind of disappeared, and I haven't found them since, unless I'm looking for the wrong thing.
yeah. I mean, probably not. I feel like you're right. I think they might have discontinued. We're gonna have to Google this later, but yeah, no, I think you're right. Oh, you just like unlocked a memory for me. Crazy.
Trust me, that's all I have in my head is memories.
Yeah.
I feel like a
Yeah.
Slipknot song now because it's all dead memories.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's so funny when I feel like obviously you do your research when you get reached out to. But I noticed that like a lot of your interviews are very like rock centric, and I was like, very cool. I'm intimidated in this arena, but I like it.
Yeah, it's because like me, like I like here in my area, like I'm very connected to the rock community, and
Yeah,
usually like the pop artists or the rappers have like they stay in their lane and stuff, and
totally.
I'm always trying to reach out to a lot of them, but most of them just tell me no or like
Oh,
whatever. But
yeah. Well,
I
they're
have
missing out.
I've had a few hip hop artists, and well, you're the probably the first pop artist.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, because this is actually my first interview like ever, so I'm
Oh wow.
excited. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Yeah, thank you again for for reaching out. But I I've never really like considered myself a pop artist before, but I guess that is probably the most accurate way to describe my music. Yeah.
I mean, in one of your songs, do you call it like candy pop or
Oh, bubblegum pop.
bubblegum
Yeah.
pop? There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I really so okay. I really love hyperpop, and I was like, so I was in a band before I kind of like went off and did my solo thing. I was in a band called Handstand, and we were trying to make like rock, like more rock, like almost like if you know the band like Paris, um more like stuff like that. And then when I went off and did solo stuff, I was kind of like, well, now I can do like whatever I want. So I was really into like break-ins and 100 gex and like, you know, like hyperpop was like really big at the time. So I did a couple songs that like through handstand actually at the time that were like really um maybe like an overcorrection, like super hyper pop. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. So kind of with my solo project, I've been just like trying to mix the rock and pop influences, um you know at in into one,
Yeah, even when I first heard your music, or your album, Mirrors kind of threw me off because it was just
Yeah.
like it started like very technical-y, and I'm just like, the heck is this? And like it started, I'm just like, dude, this is good and different.
Oh, nice. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I really like, so I don't know if you've heard of, there's this girl, she goes by Royal and the Serpent, and her music is very all over the place. It's like very similar where it's like pop, but it's also kind of rock. And then like she has some like songs that are, yeah, it's like kind of, techno-y. And then it's also very like they're screaming in the background. And I don't know, I like all of that where it's like it feels very like almost like it could fit with anything.
Yeah, like your music could be sad, but we're for some reason dancing our butts off and
Yeah.
forgetting that
Yeah,
the lyrics are
exactly.
literally like crying out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then, you have songs like Sugar Rush that are literally just like it's just a pop song at that point. But yeah, so I wanted there to be, well, also with it being my first EP, I was like, I want it to be very experimental because I'm still kind of like finding it.
Yeah. And how did you, when like after you left your band,
Mhm.
what made you like decide to go by LysXO?
That is a good question. So I wanted, so I did the solo thing as Handstand for a while, like as my band name, but I kind of went through a whole like thing where I was like, I don't feel comfortable really doing this anymore. Like a lot of this music that is Handstand wasn't just mine, like it has a lot of other people connected to it. And like, I don't want to like be disrespectful to the people that also worked on that music. And, so I was like, I think it's just time to kind of just like venture off and do my own thing. And when I was looking for a name, at the time, it was like all of my friends started calling me Liz, and I kind of made it more known that I'm like, my full name is just like, I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of, I like going by Liz, so everybody kind of just started calling me that. And then from there, I do remember I had a couple, I struggled for a while to come up with a name. And I remember at one point I put my name into like this like band name generator
Oh
thing,
yeah.
and one of the names that came out was Salsa Slays. And my best friend was like, "That's amazing." And I was like, "That's insane. I'm not doing that." But then basically, like, really long story long, I guess. I I discovered that Lys, Lys, is like, it's my name, but it could also like stand for something. So it actually stands for, it's my name, but it also stands for love yourself. And then I added the XO as like, hugs and kisses. So it's very like very Valentine's Day kind of vibes.
Man, you're just too sweet, aren't you?
I know, and then everything kind of unfolded from there.
That's pretty crazy, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. It's like if you see those memes where it's like, oh, I'm like if Valentine's Day and Halloween like had a baby. Like I'm like, yeah, that's kind of was the inspiration of this whole project. Yeah.
And
So
what artists inspired you to go from what you were doing to what you're doing now?
I would say a big one is who I brought up before, Royal and the Serpent. She's like, I've always been a huge fan of her. I also like really love Bring Me the Horizon, and when they started kind of like shifting into, obviously like they're still making rock, but when they started shifting into like adding more um like little techno sounds and like trap drums and like stuff like that, I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
that's it's so cool. And I don't know, I know there's mixed opinions. Some people prefer their old music or whatever the case may be, but I was like such a big fan of that. So yeah, definitely those artists. And then I also am just really inspired like by, I mean, my favorite artist of all time, which I think, you take one look at me and you can definitely guess that, but is Halsey. So and she just, I mean, she just does whatever she wants. Like I feel
Bro.
like she has a rock album, she has like more pop music. Like this last album was much more stripped down, and I just feel like we've reached a time in music where like genre is not as important as it used to be. And I definitely thrive in that because I think I have so many different, you know, things that I like. It's hard to just like pin down one one genre of music. So
Yeah, plus you got like Aaron Lewis
yeah,
that
yeah,
does rock and country, and
yeah,
then you have Corey Taylor that does like heavy metal, but and then also does Stone Sour.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So I feel like, I love I always admire artists like that have just multiple different things that they do.
I love that honestly because like it'll get too boring if you just continue doing the same thing over and over. And
Yeah.
oh, like honestly, I bought the Bring Me the Horizon shirt before I started listening to the music, but once I started listening, I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually really good.
Nice. You're like, I'm glad I like it because I have the shirt now. So
And now people could be like, name five songs. I'm
uh,
gonna be like, fuck you.
the worst question.
And guys, yes, it's okay for you to wear your the band that you're gonna go see at a concert.
Yeah, 100%. I played my first show
Yeah, I saw that. That's amazing.
yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. It was really fun. It was very cool. It was my friends and then like a couple strangers, but I think that was like good for me. It was really good for me. And it's almost like more intimidating because it's like you look up and it's like, oh, I know all of these people. Like if I mess up, they're going to remember it and probably not let me live it down. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
they're gonna
But
be your best critics. Like
yeah,
they're gonna be
yeah,
like, "Oh, you messed up," or "You were actually pretty amazing."
yeah, yeah, exactly. And some of my friends like also do music and are in like bands that are much bigger than me right now. So it's like there's also that other level of like intimidation where you're like, I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's got to start somewhere. So that's important to remember. But yeah, long story short, I wore my merch to my show. So
Oh hell
yeah,
yeah!
there's no shame in that.
And where can we find that at?
Oh,
Merch.
it's going to be on my website,
Oh, okay.
lysxo.com. Yeah.
This is XO.com.
Yeah, so it's yeah, lysxo.com. And then I have a shirt. I have a couple shirts on there, and then my boyfriend for my birthday set up my merch store for me, which was one of the most like creative gifts I've ever gotten. So
Sick. He plays in your band too,
yeah.
right?
What was that?
Is he part of your band too?
He is not. He makes he has his own band called Bone Steel. He's much more rock centric than me.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff together, but we're still in our own separate projects. So
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I saw a post about like I think it was like a TikTok post, and I think I followed, but and then I was like, oh, I think they're in the band together. So I forgot.
yeah, yeah, it would make sense, but it's like we met and we were each kind of doing our own thing already, so we just kept rolling with that. But we've definitely helped each other a lot. He filmed the Mirrors music video for me, and then I've taken like some single artwork for him and stuff like that. So
Yeah. And
yeah.
And how did you channel the themes of your EP? Cause like they were so different from like like a journey through love and rebellion and modern
Yeah.
life's bittersweet realities.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love that you got all of that from that. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like so okay, so it all started I was meant to work with like a different producer that didn't work out, and then I ended up going over to a friend of mine's house for dinner, and her boyfriend, his name's Kyle Roy. Um, we ended up talking about music, and we ended up deciding to record together. So I, kind of told him like, well, I really want to like do a whole EP. It was a whole thing, and we just went in and started writing. I think I'm trying to remember. So the first song that we wrote, I didn't have like a whole big theme planned yet. It was almost like I kind of found it on the way. But the first song that we wrote was Mirrors, and I just knew I wanted it to be like, this was going to be like the first song of my solo project, and I knew I wanted it to be like different, like so much different from like what the bands were, and I just wanted to do something that was all just like me and different. And I had a bunch of lyrics written down, just from like coming up with lyrics and randomly. I actually have like an ongoing note of like when I think of something, I like put it in that note on my phone, and it's just like a lot of times I will like that's kind of how I'll start a song, is I'll just pick like one of those random like lyric ideas and go from there. um so yeah, so I kind of started there, and I had a lot of just stuff I was working through at the time. The whole EP actually kind of happened at the time of like a big friendship breakup that was happening.
Ooh,
So
okay.
yeah, those are the worst. So I kind of had like and I had just gotten into my relationship, and so I was having like the like separation of like new exciting things with like changes, and like these people in my life maybe like not understanding where I'm going, and us splitting different ways. So Mirrors specifically was about like being gaslit, and like I kind of wanted to explain like how it feels when someone's gaslighting you, um which is like you feel like you're going crazy.
Yeah, of
And
course.
yeah, and like I kind of wanted that to like come out in the instrumentals of the song too. So like you listen to it, and it's like it's kind of like it feels like your brain is being scratched a little bit, and you're like, oh, this is weird, and it kind of makes me like uncomfortable a little bit. um and that's where it all started. And then from there, all of the candy stuff came in. Actually, this is kind of a crazy, sorry, I feel like I'm just ranting at this point, but
Go
this is
ahead,
kind of a
it's your
crazy
interview.
totally a crazy thing. But I actually had an idea for a book that I wanted to write, and it's still there, it's on the back burner. But I love Tim Burton like so much. I've I'm a big, like, I always say like all the like emo kids get asked if they like Nightmare Before Christmas, and I'm like actually the one that's like, yeah, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. So I wanted to write like a Tim Burton style like kind of children's book. So the whole Candy Girl idea came from that. um Kind of like the idea was like that, you know you are your candy, you're not dinner. So the idea is like, oh, I'm only like, people only want to stick around for like a little while. I'm not going to like fill them up or like be enough for everyone. I'm just going to be like entertaining for the moment, and then like they're going to go find something that actually like fills them and like feeds them. um And so that idea came out of like this story that I wanted to write about like a girl that was like made out of candy, and she gets like taken advantage of because she's too nice and too sweet, and is not, she is like, all she wants to do is be enough. She just like wants to be dinner, but like she just keeps getting seen as candy because she presents too like sweet, for lack of a better term.
That's actually pretty amazing because now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like you talk about pretty much almost eating like in every song.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't on purpose. I think I just love food. But
Like I feel like this was like a huge like Nestle or Hershey's freak or Nestle or like whatever candy place there is,
yeah,
like
yeah,
candy companies.
yeah. They would, yeah. I expect a cease and desist any moment. Um,
Nah, hell no.
but no.
I would say a sponsorship better.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh man, that'd be very cool. Yeah, that's so funny that you say that. Yeah, what's funny is it kind of just happened naturally. Like that was my idea for Sugar Rush, and I was like, "Oh, cool. So I'm going to take this like book idea and I'm going to turn it into a song, which is what I did with Sugar Rush." And then weirdly enough, I think Sugar Rush was like not the last song we wrote for the EP, but like maybe second to last.
Oh, okay.
And it kind of just like umbrellaed over everything that already happened. Um, so like naturally, which was kind of crazy. So yeah, so I ended up naming the whole EP Candy Girl because it was like it just encompassed everything that I was trying to say, I think.
Yeah. It's and then you have the sugar-free version too.
Yeah, yeah. That actually happened because my show was acoustic, my first show that I played.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, yeah. So I was like, these songs are so like some of them are so intense. I don't know how they're gonna like translate to acoustic. So I went into like Logic and I just like took the vocals and I like tried to make like kind of an acoustic version of them, but like really simple, nothing crazy. But then Sugar Rush turned out so cool. I was like, I kind of just want to put this out.
Yeah, like a single type thing, but still in the
Yeah,
album.
exactly. Yeah. And then I thought the sugar-free version was just a fun way of saying like the stripped back acoustic version.
Embrace the hell out of that. Honestly, like
Yeah, yeah.
it's honestly you have your whole brand already, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, and it's like I said, it's so crazy how it all just kind of like, it all just kind of worked out, and like that there's so much symbolism in it for me because like my biggest criticism like as a person growing up is everybody was always like, "Ah, you're too nice. Like you're way too nice." And so like taking that and kind of like transforming it as like like oh, I'm too sweet, and turning it into like yeah, like a whole brand is it's kind of poetic.
Honestly, when like right now that you say that, like while I was listening to your music, I was like, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm too nice and I'm too sweet. Why choose me so everybody could fuck off or something like that? You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it sounded better in my head, but I was like, man, like, and I was gonna post it on Facebook, but I also didn't want to like make like take shots at anybody
Sure.
if anybody took it
Totally.
personal and stuff. I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, I'll just leave that be. Yeah, totally. I mean, it's an interesting like it's an interesting thing that I've had to navigate, like being a very kind person. I think and like a very nice person. It's like there are times in my life where that's, you know, screwed me over a little bit because it's like I I don't like I want to be nice and I want to be kind and sweet, but also like you can't let people take advantage of you, you know, and you can't let people walk all over you. And so it's yeah, it's a hard thing to navigate where it's like, okay, I need to embrace my kindness and not let anybody like change that, but I also need to make sure that I'm like standing up for myself and realize too that like I can be enough for people even though I'm like nice, and there is more to me than that, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree.
Yeah,
We're gonna
but
be mean from now on. No, I'm just kidding.
that's it. Nice is out. We're being mean. Yeah, so yeah, the balance.
Oh, and one of my favorite songs. Maybe we talked about it already, but I can't remember. I think it's the one that I can't pronounce, but
Oh, lacrimose.
yeah, where you're like, this is
Yeah.
the last fucking song, or
Oh, is that I'll Be Fine?
oh, then
The
yeah, that would be I'll be fine. Yeah, yeah.
I'll Be Fine. Yeah, this is the only fucking song that you're gonna get. Yeah.
I'm just like,
Um,
oh crap, like
that's my
that's
revenge song.
yeah. It sounded like a diss track for sure.
It's a little bit of a diss track. Yeah. I mean, like, I won't get super into it for the reason that I say that, but like, yeah, I remember having a conversation with somebody where they're like, "Oh, well, just like don't write a song about it," and I was like, "I'm gonna write a song about it," but like, but like for that reason, I was like, you know what? Just because I know this is what you want, like you're only getting one. This is it. This is your one song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you know, you gotta have a diss track.
Yeah, I really wish I would have heard that song first, so I can be like, all right, well, I'm gonna write this interview from that one song because that's all we're gonna get. Like,
All the tea. Yes, it is about an ex. So
oh, okay. I felt that honestly.
yeah, yeah. I made it pretty obvious. So.
It was so good though, but yeah,
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It actually, so that song actually started as a like a kind of a slow song. It was a song that Kyle Roy, my producer, he had already, like he had written it just for, you know, to write it, I think, or maybe wrote the words, written it. There we go, for somebody else, but like they didn't use it or what, you know, whatever happened with it. But he sent it to me, and then I wrote that to it. But I, and those were all lyrics that I like, that was one of those situations where I was like, I had those lyrics in my notes app from like, you know, months before or whatever, or a year before, whatever the case may be. And I kind of like just polished them and finished it off. And then like, we had the song, but at the time it was like much slower and much more like chill and moody. And then, and then like the rest of the songs were coming out really like kind of more like upbeat and like a little closer to the like pop hyper pop like arena. So he was like, I'm just gonna rewrite this, and I was like, okay, cool. So we kept all the vocals the same, and then he like completely rewrote the instrumentals.
that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, yeah. So he's very talented. The only reason my songs are good at all is because of him.
Oh, come on, you need a voice. The song needs a voice too, so.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point.
And can you walk us through your songwriting production
Yeah,
and
yeah,
in like the EP for Candy Grow, and is it going to be different for like future stuff?
yeah. Oh, that's such a good question. Um, yeah. So for this EP, it was a lot of, like I said, it was a lot of like, I had lyrics already. A lot of them I had. So actually, sorry, most of the songs I didn't have um like melodies figured out yet. The only one that I did was Lacrimose. I knew exactly what I wanted that song to be. And like so I took it to Kyle and I was like, you know, I literally did the thing where I was like, I wanted to be like da na 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 na, and and you know, he took that and obviously made it so much better and like what it is. But so I had, let's see, Mirrors. I had a little bit of a demo, so I actually had come up with that a little bit on my own before I took it in. And then everything else was I had the lyrics, or either like the full lyrics, or like a idea of what the lyrics would be. And then you know, we just went in and had like two or three songs as like references that we were like, I was like, I kind of want it to sound like this, maybe like this. And you know, Kyle would just do his magic, and then I would write the melodies and vocals from there. I would say the only one, let's see, the only one that I think is like a little different was a song called The Main.
Oh, the main.
That one, yeah, yeah. So that one was actually, I'm sorry, I said Mirrors was the first song we wrote, but that's actually not true. So before we even went in to do the EP, like the very first time we had worked together on anything, me and Kyle, we were just like, oh, we should like write together sometime, you know, whatever. And then it was right after Sad Summerfest, and I had seen The Main play, um,
Mm,
the band The Main.
yeah, the main.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I'd seen them play, and I went to him and I'm like, I want to write a song about the Maine, and he was like, okay. um, so he's like, okay, but we sat down and you know, started working on this song, and I was literally like, I mean, I was just like having so much fun with it because I was literally just like sitting there looking up like their song titles and like their album titles and whatever. And I mean, you know, if you know anything about the band, you like listen to the song and I'm sure you recognize like some of the things I'm saying. But yeah, and I'm like, oh, and then I could put this song title and this lyric, and like it was like the most fun song I think I've ever written. But we did that one first, and then everything else came after that.
You know, if I was a songwriter, I would like I. This is one thing that I've always wanted to do. Like make songs about like song names of like my favorite bands and stuff.
Yeah.
Like use like Theory of a Dead Man for instance.
Oh
Like they have
yeah.
a song Not Meant to Be, and then
Yeah.
Blow, and then like Santa Monica, and like, oh, maybe we weren't meant to be, and that blows. So I guess I'll meet you in Santa Monica, or
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
It was just like something I was thinking like when I was a kid. I was like, and I don't know if that's ever been thought about, but I mean,
yeah, yeah. I mean, clearly, I had, you know, the same idea because
yeah, for real.
because I was
We
like, you know, I mean, I think one of my favorite lyrics in the song. So they have the album "Lovely Little Lonely," and there's a part in the song that I say, "What a lovely little walk away, and you left me lonely," and I'm like, oh, that's so good.
hey, we were
And
supposed to
there you
meet
go.
because we have that same connection.
Yeah, totally.
That's crazy. It only took us 20 years.
I know. Yeah. I'm sure there's got to be like other people that have thought of that are like, oh, that's a great idea, just to like throw, because it's almost like it's throwing your own inspiration into the music, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But also you gotta like maybe not like make sure not to use like their lyrics for copyright reasons and stuff.
Yeah, 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 exactly, exactly.
And how
um
oh
yeah,
go ahead.
no, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, like that's something I feel like on this EP I've definitely had to tiptoe around a little bit.
Honestly, it's probably one of my favorite EPs. I have two now, which is Blank Era's Rotted EP. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And and now I have Candy Girls, so
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I made the list.
it goes from being rotted to being sweet.
Oh, cool. It all comes back around. I love that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
It's a wild experience, honestly, and she's an amazing person. Shout out to Blank Era.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to that. That's awesome.
And how's a TikTok stuff going like
Yeah, it's going. I I feel like TikTok, it's the one thing that I feel like personally I struggle so much with, like staying consistent on TikTok. Um, I feel like it's one of those things where you're always trying to hack the system and you're trying to like get people to hear your music, but it's always the videos that have like absolutely nothing to do with your music that do well, you know?
yeah.
Like I think my most popular video, which still to this day, there's two of them that have like gone kind of viralish. One of them one of them is it was me and my boyfriend, we were in the Mattel store and I saw like where the John Cena toys are, like figures are,
Yeah.
but they were sold out and I was like, "Ah, how do we know if they're sold out if we can't see them?"
Yeah.
and,
That
and
is
that one
fucking
that one popped off.
genius.
Yeah, that one popped off. And then another one is I was explaining to my boyfriend how to sing the Neck Deep song "A Part of Me." And I was like, "Oh, I have to teach him his part before we like, go before we start driving." But yeah, both of those I was like nothing to do with my music, you know.
That's hilarious. I told my friend to make a video of him saying "puro pinche 956 a la verga."
Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah,
And
yeah.
that one I think is like at 19,000 views. I'm like, bro, I've
Yeah.
worked so hard on other stuff. Like,
You're like, listen to my podcast.
please. I have an
Oh
interview
my
with
goodness.
Drowning Pool, damn it.
I mean, I guess it's like one of those things where, people they have to hear about you somehow.
That's true, yeah.
Like one of my favorite artists is um Peach PRC. And like when I first found her, she was making like silly skits about like God creating like these crazy animals and like I mean she's just very funny. And I was like, oh, hilarious. And then I found her music and I was like, oh, her music's sick. So, people find you all kinds of ways.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been interviewing people from TikTok these last few months. Honestly, like before I stopped, and I'm just like, there's so much talent out there. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. We were just talking about that. Me and my boyfriend were just talking about that earlier, where it's like there used to be such a separation between like people who are, quote unquote famous and like just regular people. And now it's like there's so many more everything's so accessible now, which is like a good thing and a bad thing, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But it's like I mean, when I was little, I never did music. I didn't do music until I was much older because I didn't think I could. It's like it's one of those things where it's like you don't you don't think about like playing live for people or being able to like play bigger shows or like do bigger things because like the only people that you see are like on TV or on the radio already or like whatever. Whereas now we can see the whole process. um, so yeah, so I don't know. There's good and bad that comes with that, I think.
For sure, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
It's a journey that we all need to figure out and see if we're in the right place.
totally. And I think that's true of like almost every industry too. Like, I mean, even podcasts where it's like that's more of a new thing, but it's like now we can see everyone's journey from the beginning to, you know, till they get successful. So
Yeah, and one thing I love is like seeing other podcasts like succeed, and people are always telling me like, oh, like their podcast is doing good and they do the same thing. Like, why isn't yours?
yeah,
I'm like, dude, I don't care about that.
yeah,
This is for the artists, for the people that take their time to listen. Like I'm not trying to make a buck or anything. Like,
yeah. And that's what usually like I try to keep in mind too is that's like you have to do it because you love it, and it'll only work out if you have that as like a baseline. Yeah, but I have the same thing. It's like I mean, don't get me wrong, I definitely get like envious, but not in a way where I'm like mad about someone succeeding. It's more just like it's more like admiration than anything else. Cause I have, many friends who are doing like insane cool things. And I'm always just like I admire their ability because I did see their whole journey. I saw them go from like doing what I'm doing now, or even like less than that to like playing the main stage at Warp Tour and like stuff like that, where it's like it's huge and it's awesome, and I'm so proud of them. And I think it's like when you love what you do, you have to you love all of it, like even the parts that are not as glamorous as that.
Yeah. And one thing that my podcast has been telling me before I got on the phone with you is one song that I do want to talk about, and my
Oh yeah.
podcast tells me to not give up on him or it. Don't give up on me.
Yeah, don't give up on me. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's actually, I think, probably, I mean, I've said this about like almost every song, but that's probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite song off of the EP. um yeah, that one. It was so funny. So I was like kind of nervous coming up with the chorus for that for that song, because we had the instrumentals and I was like, I have an idea, I don't know. And then I sang it, and and my producer was like, that's so sick. He's like, that sounds like Nickelback. And like, I'm such a huge like dad rock girly.
Yeah,
Like
hell
I was
yeah.
like, yes, that is the best compliment I could have received. Thank you. Yeah, but that one's more about like, fighting with people that you love, which is always a hard thing to go through.
Honestly, like when I heard that song, I was like, I really wish I could send this to my ex and tell her like to not
Oh,
give up on me.
oh,
But she don't know
I
English.
oh no. You're like, put this through some kind of, there's got to be the technology's crazy. There's got to be some kind of translator out there.
Yeah, yeah, but when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, that's deep. I love this."
Oh, oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Hopefully it wasn't too sad.
Oh, nah, I'm good. I honestly, I know I'm good when I just like make fun of myself now for it. Like, oh, like who's gonna love me? Nah.
Oh. Yeah, I feel like that is something we all experience. It's a global experience.
And who would you like to collaborate with if you
Oh.
can?
Oh, I mean, so I have always said, and I actually got to say this to him in person one time, but I've always said that young blood would be a very cool one. I'm a huge young blood fan. I actually haven't listened to like his newer stuff. But yeah, I just love how like he's just very he's just very himself, and like I love that. Halsey's a good one. I feel like people that are like more, in this scene on this level. Um, yeah, I gotta keep going back to it, but I gotta say Royal and the Serpent.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just like she's killing it. And yeah, I really love her stuff. So
I'm definitely gonna have to check her out since you said her
yeah,
name like 10 times. No, I'm just
I've
kidding.
said her name like 10 times. Yeah, big fan. Also, I think it's top of mind. I've seen her. She played Warp Tour, and yeah, I've seen her perform a couple different times. But I mean, it's like also there's obviously like dream ones that feel like crazy to say out loud, like Evanescence
Ooh, yeah.
would be amazing. Bring Me the Horizon. Evanescence is a big one. I feel like she's my favorite vocalist of all time.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
so yeah, but yeah, that's a long list. You probably wanted like one person.
No,
I
honestly,
was like, let me
no.
just give you my entire Spotify.
Honestly, I'm glad it was a lot of people for that question because this is a tougher question.
Hmm.
If you were stuck in an elevator with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be and what would you talk about?
Oh my God.
And it could only be
Crazy question.
one.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna say an answer and then I'm gonna like think about this later and be like, no, I should have said that. Um, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, any musician, dead or alive. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm like opening my Spotify right now just to like make sure that because I know, like I said, I know I'm gonna think about this later, and I'm gonna go to my on repeat. Just make sure. I'm gonna do my due diligence right now. Oh man, this is a really tough question. Mm, honestly, I might have to go. Oh man, this might be a little bit out of left field, but I might have to go Stevie Nicks.
Oh, okay. Dang, that was out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. I just feel like there's so many like pioneers in music, either her or Pink.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, just because I feel like they really, I don't know, they paved the way in a lot of ways for like in obviously in their own generations and genres, but yeah, and I don't know, man. I feel like I would just want to talk to them about like, oh gosh, like the inspiration behind their music and why they do it, like I feel like that's always the interesting part to me because like being a creative person like in any capacity is so hard. like
Yeah, for sure.
like it's it's like you, especially like nowadays and like kind of on the level that that I am and like a lot of people I know are like starting out. It's like you work your job that you don't necessarily love to work the job that you do love, and there's no like downtime there. It's like you work in order to provide yourself the ability to work.
Yeah,
And so I think finding out like people's why and like their driving force is always like super interesting to me.
that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
And
It's always
work. Well, go
sometimes it
ahead.
hits out of left field too.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Nah, you're good. You're the artist. Welcome
Still don't want to
to
interrupt though.
LysXO's podcast.
What was that?
I'm like, welcome to LysXO's podcast.
Taking over.
Yeah,
No, no, no. Can never do that.
yeah.
There can only be one.
And where can we find you?
It is LysXO, LYSXO music on everything. Instagram, TikTok. Um, yeah. Apparently not Facebook. I need to like re-up my Facebook, but I have never get on there. So
Yeah, I mean, Facebook is for like the old people.
yeah, but I gotta give the old people a place to find me. So
Oh no. Hey, it took me a while, but
true, true. Yeah. Need to fix that one. But yes, LYSXO music on everything.
check her out, guys. Amazing music, and I'm sure there's a lot of music coming pretty soon. Hopefully, wink, wink.
Yes, yeah. Soon. Some music videos sooner than
Oh, okay.
and then new music after that.
Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Thank you so much for having me on. This is fun. Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah, it was definitely fun. Like I was like, wow. But I,
Mhm.
I want to thank everybody for listening, and remember that without music, life would be a mistake.